audience catches on quick. And of course, I'm Megan's father. And as the father of the bride, I have the honor of making the first speech of the night. I should say, actually, it's an honor and a pleasure, but I know the pleasure won't kick in until the speech is finished. I would like to think that since I'm the warm-up speech for the acts to follow, I have no problem with that. The wedding party have got some speeches as well. I do have some bad news. After researching and rewriting, and editing and re-editing this speech, I've been able to cut it down to 1 hour and 14 minutes. But don't worry, I'm only going to do probably the worst 5 minutes. On behalf of Megan, our new son-in-law Alan, our wife Julie, and our son Eric, we would like to welcome Barb and Dave and their extended family into our family. And I must say, now that we're adding Alan to our family, we have to now share Megan with his family. And I want to say to both Barb and Dave, Julie and I want first doves this Christmas. Doesn't Megan look stunning? Is quite dapper himself. What a beautiful ceremony and the beginning of an unforgettable evening. Megan and Alan did an amazing job of creating this beautiful wedding arena with the assistance of their incredible wedding planner, Marie, and her assistant. With spectacular views from the terrace, let's be thankful that we didn't have this in Arizona, where the temperature is still 110 degrees. I have to say something about the moms. As the father of the bride, I get to do a lot of cool stuff. I get to make the first speech. I get to walk Megan down the aisle. I get to do a dance with my daughter. Meanwhile, the moms kind of play a back role, and I want you to know that the moms, my bride Julie, Alan's mother Barb, have done a great job of raising these fine young adults, and I want to give them a hand. Now let's talk about Megan. This speech is going to take more than 5 minutes. As a child, Megan was curious, she was determined, intelligent, adventurous, caring, and loads of fun. She has a great sense of humor and a very infectious laugh. She's always been a delightful daughter and amazed us with her attention to detail. We could see her desire to set goals and her determination and perseverance to make her goals become reality. She has developed these attributes and more into her adult life. Megan has brought us much pride and joy and even taught us a few parenting skills. Thank you. Lucky for you, Eric. She is a very special daughter. Did I mention she was determined?
Yeah.
I remember the day where Megan decided it was her turn not to be pushed on the swing. She wanted to learn to pump and swing herself. Don't touch me, I can do this. And she flailed and she wailed and don't touch me, I can do this. And finally she was able to swing. And then we were worried, Julie and I, about keeping her in the swing because she would really go higher than we would ever push her. She also one day said it's time to take the training wheels off the bicycle. We took her down to a park where there was some grass, took the wheels off, and she rode down and was just doing great. And then the sheer terror on her, the joy of her face when she was doing it was great. Then when she figured out she had to stop. The terror was actually funny as well. Luckily, the skin grew back underneath.
Recently.
Determination. In school, you got your name on a list if you lost a tooth. One of her friends lost a tooth and got her name on her list.
Oh, no.
Megan then said, "I think I have a loose tooth." And it was probably a day or two later, we got handed this loose tooth that came out with a full root. True story. We still have the proof. On the softer side, Megan is very tender and compassionate, always willing to lend a helping hand, reaching out to others. She's always developed amazing friends. And her friends are here tonight. Only about 2% of them. As early as kindergarten, Megan showed an interest in medicine. When asked, like all adults do, to the kindergartners, "What are you going to be when you grow up?" Megan would always say, "I'm going to be a doctor." In elementary school, Megan did a term paper. The choice of the subject was Medicines of the Rainforest, thus continuing to show her interest in medicine.
Term paper.
In high school, setting goals and showing leadership. In high school, Megan was a member of the marching band from her high school for all 4 years. After graduating, she received an award for perfect attendance and another award for perfect on-time attendance. You think that's a big deal, but in Arizona, band practice starts at 5:30 a.m. and I think it was 4 days a week, or was it 5 days a week?
Oh, I don't remember.
Very few band members got that award. Leadership was one of Megan's virtues, and she was one of the drum majors for the past 2 years. A couple of more short stories, and then we'll go down with the toast. Get your glasses ready. Megan's always been a good negotiator, but she had her moments. Megan early on had a concept that more is better. There was a time when she would ask at the dinner table, "Can I be through with my food?" And Julie and I would look at each other and we'd say, "Take 3 more bites of your carrots." And she'd say, "No, 5. And we'd look at each other, Julie and I, and we'd say, "Okay." She would eat 5 bites of carrots. True story. It didn't take her long to figure out. It didn't take her long to figure out that that wasn't the best negotiation. And she has mastered vegetable negotiation. With Megan's main interest being medicine, I kind of thought that she was going to come out and when she matured be a lawyer. And let me tell you why. I can remember one morning like it was yesterday. Megan said to her mother, "Can we go to the park today?" And Julie thought and said, "No, today we have to go to the grocery store and we're going to pick up the dry cleaning and we're going to do some errands." And she said, It wasn't a week later I heard Megan say, "Hey Mom, what's the plan today?" And Julie thought and said, "Nothing really." And Megan says, "Good, then we can go to the park." which they did. Now I'm thinking, Alan, I think you might have your hands full. Let's talk about the story of Alan. We spoke with Megan typically on a weekly basis when she was attending medical school. Typically, she would call us because of her busy schedule. We were always willing to talk to Megan. And we talked about things that you talk about with the dad, the daughter, the mom, and so on. And we heard she was dating a young man named Alan. That was my error. She spoke highly of him, and we knew she had an interest in him. When we asked if we could meet him when we were visiting her in San Francisco, she said, "Not yet. I don't want to send the wrong message to him." We're not sure if she was protecting him or she was protecting us. We finally got the chance to meet Alan in San Francisco and interrogate him. Meet him. And it was a pleasant dinner. He did not break under all the pressure. due to the TSA regulations, I was not able to bring the lie detector like De Niro had to meet the parents. We felt he was a fine young man, a strong handshake, and a great sense of humor. He's intelligent, creative, and ambitious. Little did we know that their relationship would bring us here today, but we're glad it did. I like the clapping. It gives me time to change the page. Let's have some marriage advice. I heard a story of a couple who was celebrating their golden wedding anniversary. 50 years. Wow, what an achievement. When they asked the husband if he had ever considered divorce, he replied no. He'd never, ever, ever considered, even thought about divorce. He said, but he did think about murder. Julie and I are still newlyweds ourselves. We're halfway into our 33rd year. Not that we know all the tricks. But we agree that important skills are communication, compromise, humor, and patience. And these are some of the keys to a successful marriage. Now I'm going to give you some advice. Alan, if you're ever wrong, say you're sorry. If you're ever correct, don't say anything. And Megan, when you're going to say what you're going to say, make sure you say it during a commercial or during halftime. In closing, I would like to propose a toast. Here's to the bee that stung the bull.
Oh, no!
Not that one, not that one. That was the one my aunt taught me. It's a naughty speech. And now you have to figure out which aunt. The one that's turning red. In closing, let's get our glasses ready. I'd like to end with this little toast. May you have enough happiness to keep you sweet, enough trials to keep you strong, enough sorrow to keep you human, enough hope to keep you happy, enough success to keep you eager, enough friends to give you comfort, enough wealth to meet your needs, and enough love to last a lifetime. I would like to wish Megan and Alan the very best and every possible happiness in their life together. Please be upstanding and raise your glass to Megan and Alan.